my name is Bellamy, and I'm the author of Raising Happy Hearts and Little Eyes That See the Glory, which is coming soon. I'm also the homeschooling mother of 6 children and a wife to my husband, Will, of 17 years. And today, the Lord wants me to share about the importance of cultivating the gifts that He has put in your children. And as I am saying that, the Lord is reminding me of something that I didn't actually plan to talk about, but the Lord gave me a dream once, and there was a lot in the dream. But in the dream, I heard there was a meeting in the throne room about me, and I could overhear what was being said. And in the dream, God was telling the angels that were around Him all the gifts that He put inside me and why He did that. And so when I woke up from the dream, I went to write down, I woke up, it was like 5 o'clock in the morning or something when the alarm went off. My husband's alarm went off because he was in the army at the time. And I went to write down all the gifts that He said He put in me. And when I woke up, they were all taken from my remembrance. I couldn't remember any one of them. But, there's a reason why God did that. And He's reminding me now. He said, when I know the gifts that are within me, then I'm accountable to use them. And later on, years later, He showed me that one of my gifts is my voice. And so that's the only gift that I know of that He's given me. And so I'm trying to use it. As a matter of fact, doing these videos is one of the ways that I'm honoring God and using the gift of my voice that He has given me. And so God has given your children and yourself gifts that He put inside of you. You are the gift. Every good and every perfect gift comes down from the Father of lights, in whom there is no darkness, no shadow of turning. And so it talks about that every good and every perfect gift comes down from the Father of lights. It doesn't say the Creator of lights, it says the Father. So the gift that comes down to the earth is you and me. We're the gift that God has given to the earth. He's put gifts inside of us that bless the world. And so, I encourage you to seek the Lord. What is your gift? What is that thing that He put inside you that He wants you to use? And more often than not, it is your hobby, something that you would do even if you didn't get paid for it. And so that's just a little tip. So Proverbs 22:6 says, train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. Now, a lot of people think that this means that you need to train up your child to love the Lord, and when he's old, he will not depart from it. And although it is true we need to train up our children to know and love the Lord, that's super important, the most important thing. But this specific verse is talking about that you need to train up a child according to his natural bent. So the natural bent is that the way that God made them, what makes them tick, the gifts, the desires that they have, what God has placed in them to be the gift for this world. We need to cultivate that, and not just like some parents, they have something that they always wanted to accomplish, and instead of them accomplishing it, they project that onto their children, and they tell their children, you need to do this. And so if your child is doing something that they're not called to do, that they don't have a passion for, then when they're old, they will depart from it. It's not something that they will continue to do. But if you let them do what they're called to do, what they have a desire and a passion to do, then why would they ever leave when they're old? Because they're doing what they love. And that's what that verse means. So how do we know what the gifts are in our children? Well, we ask the Lord, and we observe them, and we see what, with the Holy Spirit, what type of things make them tick. And the Lord will also, cause things to take place that you will be able to see certain gifts. And for instance, my daughter Lily, she is 9, and my husband, he started doing his flying training, and that's something that I've always been passionate about myself, is flying. And as a matter of fact, I'm about to get my pilot's license after my whole life of wanting to be a pilot. The Lord has finally shown me that it's time to be a pilot. I'm really excited. But my husband, he started doing his flying training, and they had a fly-in day where planes just fly in from around America, and we can go and see them all and spend time with pilots and things like that. So we went there in Rockport in Texas, and Will was there with his flying instructor, and they were taking up kids to do young eagle flights. and that is to help children to get a love of aviation, to take them on a discovery flight where they can actually fly the plane themselves and to see whether that's something that they enjoy. So all my children were blessed to be able, well, all the children that were of age, so the oldest 4 were blessed to be able to go and fly a plane. And my husband's flying instructor took Lily up, and he was telling us, he said that in his 50 years of flying and teaching people to fly, he has like over 6,000 hours of flying. He said that there's only been like a handful of people that he has met that are just natural pilots. And he said that he's not one of them. It didn't come naturally for him, but he has seen just a handful of people in 50 years that were natural pilots. And he said, and your daughter is one of them. And that just blew us away, because Lily is she's 9. She's our 4th born. She's this little sweet girl. And we never would have suspected that the Lord had gifted her to be a pilot, that she is literally gifted to be a pilot. And so the Lord showed us that. And so now that we know that, we're going to cultivate that. We're going to give her opportunities, because if the Lord gave that to her, then he's going to give us the finances and everything that we need to be able to help her to cultivate that gifting. Now, my oldest daughter, she is gifted in art. She has a passion for art. And so we help her by, cultivating that gifting. We help her to connect with other artists, and she bought herself an iPad Pro. She was working, and she saved up the money for it, and so she creates on the Procreate app. And so she's, we're helping her, like just facilitating her to be able to cultivate that gifting. My sister in Australia, her daughter just really enjoyed baking from a young age, and so my sister went and she bought all the baking equipment for her to pursue that passion. As a matter of fact, that right now she's only 16, and she started a business making these cookies that look like they every time she posts new cookies that she made, they look so professional and so amazing that it just blesses me to see that she's using that gift that God gave her. And so the Lord was going to show you the gifts that he put in your children, that you are able to cultivate them, and you have the grace to cultivate it, because God's not going to give you a child that's gifted in, say, something that you have nothing about, and you don't understand, or there's no way that you can even find someone to help you to get them to, like, he's not going to do that. Like, if he gives something to your child, then he is going to help you to know how to cultivate that for them. He's faithful. And so in Ephesians 4:11-12, it says, and he himself, God himself, gave some to be apostles, some prophets, some evangelists, and some pastors and teachers, for the edifying of the body, to build up of the body. But only some are that fivefold ministry. All the rest are all the other gifts that we need, because we need people to fly planes to get us from A to B. We need people that are great at service. We need people that are great at cooking. We need people that are great at farming. People that design clothes, people that do hair. All of those things, people that are good at technology. We need all those things, to live here on this earth, and all those gifts that those people have. Like, I don't know, I'm not a huge technology person, but I'm thankful for those people that are, and that, that can bring that technology to me and make it simple that I can use it, And I'm not a 5-star chef, but I definitely enjoy, eating what they make, and it's a blessing. So those are the gifts that come down from the Father of lights. And so I just wanted to encourage you with that. God, he, the Holy Spirit is even speaking to you right now, starting to give you a clue about, your children and the gifts that are in them. And if you don't even know your own gifts, I asked the Lord for my gift for so many years. And it was just like, I asked my parents, I called them, I said, did you notice anything about me as a child that would lead you to believe that this is my gift? And they were like, no. So I asked my husband, do you know? And people that would just say, oh, it's you, being a mother. But it didn't ring true, because I know that it didn't come effortlessly to me. It was something that the Lord had to help me to be a good mother. Same with being a wife. And people say, well, maybe it's your faith. And I'm like, yeah, but I don't know. It just didn't ring true. And then one night the Lord gave me a dream. And in the dream, I was holding on to the hand of a prophetess. I just knew in my dream she was a prophetess, and she said to me, she said, your gift is your voice, and you need to practice before you spend time with the Lord again in the garage. And so I woke up and I'm like, my gift is my voice. Well, it can't be my singing voice, because although I love to sing, it's not my passion. I said, so it must be my speaking voice. And I said, no, I don't spend time with the Lord in the garage. You know, it's cold in there. We lived in Colorado at the time. I said, it's cold in the garage. I don't. But then I realized that when you have a vehicle in your dream, it means your ministry. And if a vehicle is in the garage, it means it's idle. It's not being used. And so the Lord was telling me that my gift is idle. It's not being used. And at the time, I had 6 kids, and my youngest, he was only like 5 months old. And it was taking up a lot of my time. And that was the time that the Lord wanted to reveal to me that my gift was my voice, and now I was accountable for it. But I'm like, well, Lord, if you told me now, then you're going to give me the grace. And it was actually at that point that I was serious about writing my book, and I got my first book published. I went back to school. I went back to Charis Bible College, did my 3rd year, and started, you know, my ministry on YouTube and on Facebook. That was the time that I did that. And so, you know, and it's been fine. The Lord's given me the grace to do it. And so the Lord's going to show you what your gift is. And so just ask him, and in the right timing, he will show you if you don't know already. If you do know your gift, go ahead and cultivate your gift. Use your gift, because like the parable of the talents, we're responsible for the talents that he has given us, that we need to give him a return on those talents. We can't just be sitting on them and not using them for his glory. So use them, and no pressure as far as your children. No pressure, don't worry, but just know, God, you gave me these children. You're going to show me what in due time, what their gifting is. Because Lily, you know, we only found out recently, she's 9. So it was 9 years that we had no clue, you know, what her gift is, other than we saw that she was very nurturing and she loved to play with dolls. And so we know she's, you know, gifted to be a mother as well. So there's no pressure on that. There's other children that we still don't know exactly, you know, what their gifting is, but we just trust God that at the right time he'll show us that we can cultivate it, and he will show you as well. If this video, this little short that I did was a blessing to you, can you please like and comment on it? It really will bless me to hear your feedback, and please share it to other mothers that would really get a lot out of it. I would really appreciate it. All right, see you guys. Bye.